We have breaking news from General Motors. Another big recall, 1.3 million cars. And this time from power steering suddenly cutting out, right on the heels of that problem with the ignition and the airbags. This new recall comes on the eve of a face-off tomorrow. The new head of GM answering tough questions before Congress about what is going on at the company behind closed doors. And ABC's chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis starts us off.
It's the stunning revelation tonight, that new recall at General Motors. 1.3 million more cars recalled, this time for steering problems, coming just one day before America's largest automaker testifies before Congress about its handling of that other recall involving the ignition switch that took GM more than a decade to make and cost at least 13 people their lives.
It's too late for our daughter and the other victims. But there's still people out there driving this vehicle who should not be driving it.
GM has now recalled 2.6 million cars because their ignition switches could turn off unexpectedly, shutting down the car's power and safety systems, including the airbag. In prepared testimony just released by the committee, GM CEO Mary Barra will say tomorrow that she is deeply sorry, reiterating her promise to conduct a thorough internal investigation and that today's GM will do the right thing. According to these newly released documents from the House panel investigating GM, it was a series of missteps by both GM and regulators that allowed the problem to go unaddressed for more than a decade. In 2002, GM approved using the faulty switches even after the outside vendor provided test results that showed GM the parts didn't meet specifications. Then in 2005, GM engineers met to consider making changes to the switches, according to the reports, but decided against it. The House also finding that in 2007 and 2010, after reports the ignition problem disabled airbags, federal regulators still declined to open inquiries because they didn't think there was enough crash evidence to link to the ignition problem. GM will have something to say at tomorrow's hearings that could also finally give some grieving families some answers. Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.